Hello, and welcome back to another Bicoastal Buddies Podcast. Today, we are continuing our series with a Foodie Reviews a movie. Maybe we should just call this a Foodie Reviews scary movie, a movie that also happens to be funny. Horror comedies this year are so entertaining. We started last year with Weapons and continuing into this year with Send Help, which is the movie that I'm going to do a short review on today. Earlier this year, I went to see Send Help with a friend in the movie theaters. What I love about this movie is how it connects the beginning and the end of the movie with the infamous song, One Way or Another. Early in the movie, they're in an office setting where the character Linda, which is played by Rachel McAdams, says that she likes the song One Way or Another to perform in karaoke. The movie gets interesting almost right away. Linda ends up going on a business trip with her bosses, and the plane that they're traveling on ends up crash landing in the middle of the ocean, very close to an island. Both her and her boss end up on the island together. Initially, he's injured at first. We find out that Linda is a survivalist and that she's actually auditioned for Survivor, which is one of the things that they're making fun of her right before the plane crashes into the ocean. We learned that Linda, along with everybody she works with, nobody respects her. Her environment is being a survivalist and understanding this world. So it's very interesting that once she's in this world, the script is flipped and she now has the upper hand on everybody else. So a little foodie take in this movie, as there's a couple. I love how she catches the fish in this movie. And you would think, maybe you would just put them on a stick and grill them. No, she's taking these fish down into a beautiful sushi display, which I find so hilarious. Now, there is a scene, as they are limited on food supply, that Linda has the opportunity to hunt a pig. So after this long drawn out scene she jumps in the air with a stick to pierce the top of the pig as it's injured but still alive and chases her around. The kill on this pig as she's trying to hunt it is just absolutely over the top. There's blood everywhere, but you can tell after this hunt of the pig that Linda is becoming more primal. This is a good word to describe it, primal. As they roast this pig, they seem like they're trying to bond, trying to get along better. Meanwhile, Bradley is quietly building a raft so he can escape without Linda knowing. Bradley's girlfriend finds Linda as she's picking fruit. Initially, it seems like Linda is gonna lead them back. It's Linda, the girlfriend, and one of the people in the search party back to where Bradley's at on the beach. Linda has other plans. Linda leads them off of an edge and basically allows them to fall to their death. She's sick with guilt, and you see this over the course of, believe that day, if not multiple days. And Bradley can definitely tell there's something up with her, but he just doesn't know. Well, he finds her hand sticking out of the sand with the ring on it. So immediately he confronts her, which leads to the end of this movie's fight scene. This fight scene is crazy. I think it's so interesting that this being sort of a survival horror comedy movie that it is, it was appropriate that the fight scene initially started very primal, like a hand-to-hand, there's a knife, but the knife gets, thrown to the ground, so they're tussling. He attempts to gouge her eye out, and basically just chaos as they are trying to get the upper hand on one another. Now, Linda is able to get the knife back and stab Bradley. That's how she's able to get away. They separate. And the ultimate reveal of the movie is when Bradley finds the house that's on the other side of the island that she initially told him not to ever go to that area because there was like poisonous plants and things of that nature in that area. So what's interesting is that Bradley goes into the home. Linda also goes into the home. She sneaks into the home and uses the surveillance system to hunt him in a sort of high-tech way. So it starts as very primal and then just kind of elevates almost like with technology. She's using the camera to track him down. So he eventually finds where she's at. She confronts him with a rifle that she purposely did not load, knowing that he would take the gun away from her, being stronger. And she uses a golf club to ultimately take him out. So that leads to the very end scene where she's now this like pro golfer. And it's just so funny how she's the only one that was able to escape off the island. Everybody else died. That's the story she's going with. You know, obviously leads to her eventual success. She's now wrote a book. They're working on a movie. So she gets into this Mercedes-Benz with the window down and her pet bird in the passenger seat as One Way or Another is playing, and that's how the movie ends. I love the way that this whole movie is done, and like I said, the connection from the beginning to end with that song and other bits and pieces that kind of connect everything all together. She initially was looked down upon by her boss, and they said that they needed somebody that looked the part, that was able to play golf. So of course, at the very end of the movie, that's exactly what she's able to do. I love how this movie is thrilling, scary at parts, just overall entertaining and funny with its originality. Thank you, and make sure you tune in for the next episode.